Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Susie here from Susie Mac Creations, coming to you today with a walkthrough on my latest creation for the lovely Amanda over at Create with Scrimpy Mummy. I have finally completed my Alice in Wonderland journal. Now it's not the same as Amanda's. Amanda's is ongoing and it's beautiful and it's a larger journal, but I don't make larger journals anymore. I like to make the slimline, tall, skinny journals, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. It wouldn't be the same if we all made the same journals and just duplicated each other all the time. This is my favourite type of journal to make, and it's beautiful in its own way, and it suits my needs more than the larger journals. The measurements of this particular journal are, let me just get my trusty ruler, and oops, it is 8.5 inches by just shy of 4.5, and completely made with Amanda's digital printouts. And this is her Joy September collection. And as you know, if you're a Ko-fi member over on Amanda's Ko-fi shop, you will receive a journal kit every single month, and they're called Joy. It's Journal Our Year, and for this month she has chosen the very pretty Alice in Wonderland theme. So to tell you a little bit about my journal, it's kept closed with some sari silk, and it has a 3 pamphlet stitch. There is one signature, which is kept together in the middle with these little ties, circle punch outs. I've got a little bit of lace here. If I open her up, the back, the back is this beautiful paper with all the suits of the cards: hearts, clubs, diamonds and spades. And I've used the same on the front, but if I open up, I can show you the little pocket that comes with the collection. I'll put that to the side, and this is the little pocket, and it's got the lovely dotty paper with the pretty flowers and the little bottle of the key and the drink me. And I have added a journaling card just made from using one of the papers, and I've added some lined paper to the back for journaling. This is a fussy cut with a little bottle, the key and the drink me label, which marries up with the front of the journaling tag and the front of the little pocket. And here we have the lovely Alice's signature scroll. So we'll pop that to the side and we'll open up and we'll come to the first page. And I have made a little booklet, or as we call it in Scotland, a jotter, so that you can jot down your memories and your daily activities. I've used some embossed paper, one from the collection Alice in Wonderland, and a little circle punch out, and I printed 2 of these to a page so that they come out smaller. I've added some vintage book page. Actually, it's not a book page, it's a dictionary, French dictionary page, and some frayed ribbon. And we have Alice here drinking her drink to make her smaller so she can go through the little secret door. We have just some of the papers from the collection. This is from the Essential Labels collection, just some normal standard writing paper. this is from the September monthly journal, and I've just cut it down, and so you can add into the little boxes. The horse and the chess piece, or the chess pieces are from the collection, as is one of the Queen's guards guarding her jewels. And this is the backing paper from the collection. We go over here and we have the lovely Mad Hatter with the rabbit having a tea party and a little mouse in the cup, and the cat sat up the tree. Now, I've married up the paper at the bottom so that it coincides with the full page, and I've just added a flashcard, and again I've printed 2 to a page, and a little journaling card, and again this is from the collection. We turn it over and I have added a pocket at the bottom of this larger suits card paper, backing paper, and my tag is just cream coloured card, and I added a little bit of lace at the bottom and added some sparkly ribbon through it. Added on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll from her collection, and again a little tag made using some of the papers, some vintage lace. Too late, said the rabbit. In other words, I think they've eaten all the scones and jam, so we pop that back in there. And up here we have a piece of lace and a little bottle that says "Drink me." Here we have another pocket, and I've added a tag. Again, this is one of the backing papers from the collection. I've added a tag and some ribbon and made a little booklet. And there's 10 pages in here that you can write in or decorate, whichever suits. Turn it over, we have another pocket, and this is a torn pocket, and I've added some stenciling. I made a Polaroid card, added some lace at the bottom, some book pages at the back, and just a little journaling card there. This was a full page, and I just folded it in half, the suits page, and added on one section of this backing paper. I glued it here and here, here and here to make a tag spot on both sides. I added Curiouser and Curiouser. This is just plain, and again I've added some writing paper at the back with a little burlap ribbon, and the same here with Alice's headline, writing paper, and again I've stenciled it, and I've used red velvet. That's the colour I used to try and pick up on the beautiful roses, etc. So we turn this over and we have a flip out, and I made this into a pocket. Added some flashcards from the collection, a little mouse in the teacup. I was going to make it a tuck spot, but it would have made it too bulky when we're closing it over. Here we have the Queen of Hearts. Off with her head, she says. And here we have just one of the beautiful papers. And again, I stenciled here using my rose stencil. This is a piece of vellum that I printed out, and the colours are just gorgeous on this. If it's picking it up, but it is gorgeous. I added some vintage piano paper and made a little pocket with some stenciled roses, one of the cutter parts, and Wonderland, which can be used It comes in Wonderland and Alice. And we just added some tags. I've cut off the top of the tags to make them more into journaling cards. Turn this over. I've just done some stenciling here. And this pocket is similar to the other pocket that I showed you, in as much as I printed out 2 to a sheet of this particular, this is the Mad Hatter and Alice, obviously, and I've just again glued them here, 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 and here, so that it can hold a tag. Twinkle, twinkle, said the Hatter. And that's just for journaling, but I wanted it to marry up with the 3. This I found in my stash, and I don't know how long I've had it, but in this style 10 and 6, and it's exactly the same as what's on the Mad Hatter's hat. So I thought I would incorporate that into the journal, and I put it onto some vintage music paper. And again, we have a couple of flashcards that are also in the kit. And we have Alice, and it's just a journaling spot. But I like the black and white, or the sepia. It's lovely. So that's that one. Over here we have, I found a die that I have, and it's a teacup and a saucer. And there's a little word that goes with it. There is always time for tea. Now that's very synonymous with Alice and her tea party. So I just thought I would add it for just a bit of texture and a bit of interest. Here is another one of the beautiful papers. Those gorgeous roses. The clock. Or the pocket watch. It's not a clock. Here we have just a stenciled piece so that it can be written on, or it can be decorated. Turn it over, and we have the centre page, which is the full tea party with this the cat and the Mad Hatter and Alice and the mouse in the cup and the rabbit, all the chess pieces, little bottle, beautiful collage clock with the roses. It's just stunning. The colours are absolutely, they just jump out at you. Beautiful, beautiful colours. You've done yourself proud, Amanda. Gorgeous collection. And I've just mirrored the other side of the papers with some rose stenciling. Again, this is the back end of that piece of background paper. I've done nothing to this one, just used some tea dye or coffee dyed paper from Amanda's collection. Here we have Alice, Wonderland, and her name down the bottom. This was a piece of vellum left over, so I thought I would just add it to this music paper as a pocket. And I've added a flashcard. Too late, said the rabbit. And just a little one of the backing papers, and again this has been printed out 2 to a page. Turn this over. Made a pocket out of one of the papers, and again I've printed 2 to a page because my album is only 4 inches wide, or just under 4.5 inches wide. So 2 to a page gives you perfect perfect size to do pockets and flips, etc. This was one of the papers that I found to marry up with, if I can find it again, this one. I found this, and I found this in the same pack. I must have had it for I don't know how many years. Maybe when I was a card maker, possibly. Yes, possibly when I was a card maker. So I thought this was just perfect as a tag. If I can find where it went again. Over here, yes. And it's again a doily. It's always tea time. The teapot and the teacups and the Mad Hatter's hat in the style 10 and 6. And I've just backed it with some writing paper and cut out a little notch using my envelope maker. envelope punch board. And here we have that piano paper again. Just added a flower at the bottom, some stenciling, a nice little flashcard, and a little ticket that came from that same collection. Turn it over. This time I've done 3 cups. I cut them out in different papers, and it says up the top, "You're my cup of tea." And I've stenciled some roses on the background. This is the back end of that vellum piece of paper, and I've just stenciled some roses here. I love this page, and I didn't want to cover it up because it has everything. It's got the teacups, the roses, the pocket watch, the drink, and the chess pieces, along with the suits of cards down the bottom. And it's just so, so pretty. So no covering up for that one. Here we have just a writing space, and I folded this over. It could either be a tuck spot, which would hold that quite nicely, or you can just journal on it. I used the blue distress ink. This is oxide distress ink, and I wanted it to marry up with Alice's tights and her little pinafore and her bow, so I chose the blue. Turn this over. We have a belly band with Alice in the forest and her name tag, and again I've just printed out one of the sheets of paper and folded it over, distressed it with distress ink and added it in. Here we have a little hidden paper clip with Alice's photograph on it with the Drink Me solution and adventure, and this is just one of the flashcards, so that pops back in, oops, there, and that holds that flashcard in place. And we turn it over, we have Alice here, and again I've just used the other piece of that paper that was here to slot in there, and a little Alice flashcard. This pocket is a double pocket, and I've married up the top half of the paper so that Alice is still looking up at the cat in the tree, and I made another little booklet. Oops. That goes in here, and then a flashcard that goes in, whoops, there, and a larger tag which I have backed on writing paper, and that pops in the top one. Coming on to our last 2 pages, just a pocket at the bottom and another one of those lovely tags with a little label that I found, and it says, "Little deeds like little seeds grow and grow and grow, some are flowers and some are weeds, giving joy or woe. Let us sow but happy deeds wherever we go." That's quite cute. So that just pops in there. We have the back pocket, which is from the collection, and a piece of lace, and a lovely big tag. Again, I've popped some writing paper on the back and some burlap ribbon, and that just pops in there. That brings us back to the beginning. So a little tag slips in. Oops. It is a little bit tight. In fact, you know what you do when it's tight? You just take a ruler and you go in and you just squeeze a little bit just to the edges, and that should be able to allow that to slip in much better. Yes, there we go. And we put our ribbon back on. Oops. And that's my lovely Alice journal for this month. So thank you very much for staying with me. I will pop links down in the description box of where you can find all the digitals, and where you can become a member of Amanda's Coffee Shop. But if you did like my video, please do give me a like. And if you would like to subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. And I shall see you again really soon with something else on the cards. Bye-bye for now.